Kilowatt Charlie 4 Sierra Mike.
Roger, roger. What's the name there, sir?
Hi, Jim. The name here is Steve, transmitting from Roanoke, Virginia. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Steve. Sounds really good, sir. What radio are you running?
I am running an IC7000 ICOM using a Yamaha CM500 headset. I think I've got it adjusted pretty well. Compressor set to 3, transmitting wide bandwidth with the low end set to 200 hertz and the top end set to 2800 hertz. Oh.
Roger. Now, Steve, what you might want to do is take that bandpass all the way up to 100 to 2900. So, what you need is intelligibility for communication to be able to perceive what the words are. And when you go to the lesser band passes, you start rolling off the top. So, and there is the syllabic range being affected in degradation. So you want to run that radio in wideband, 100 to 2900. Then if we have any low frequency problems, we can take care of those through EQ. But by doing that, you're not compromising the top end as you would if you restricted the bandpass. Roger?
QSL, Jim, that makes sense. I think those settings were for the hand microphone before I was running the headset. In fact, this headset is very hot. I initially had to run the mic gain at about 2 or 3, but recently added a 20 dB attenuator so I could run the mic gain up around 25 or so, which would be roughly the same as the hand mic. But I just did, I set the bandwidth to a low of 100 and a high of 2900. So how does it sound now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Very, very good. Now, do you know where your transmit EQ is?
I don't have transmit EQ. I only can set my bandwidth, mic gain, and compression level on the 7000.
You have no onboard equalization controls at all?
Negative. My 746 Pro does have equalization, and I was disappointed to find that the 7000 didn't have that. I do have an external EQ. I've run that on occasion, although not with the headset. I've run it with the desk microphone.
Well, you're really close. You're really close. What I would suggest is that you take the boom mic and you run it out in front of you just as far as it can go, straight out, and then at the last minute do that 90 degree so your mic capsule is right in front of you, but extend that mic as far out as you can go, and then do your 90 right at the last minute. Roger?
Okay, very good. It doesn't extend out very far. As a matter of fact, I'm listening through a speaker, and I have the headset just on my left ear, but I'm still listening through an external speaker. So I extended that out a little bit, and I would say it's now probably 3 inches away from my mouth, as opposed to the 2 inches that it was before. My ALC action now is probably averaging 50 to 60%, maybe peaking on 2/3 occasionally.
Yeah, ideal. And when you did extend out just that little bit, it made a difference in the bottom end. You're a little bit sharper now than where you were, and that's exactly what you needed. So I think you're in good shape now. You might just touch up your ALC reading to 2/3. But you're really, very close, and the mic really sounds good. Usually, headset mics do have a tendency to be susceptible to plosives and mouth noises and stuff, but that mic is very clean for a boom mic. Roger?
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate the information, and always looking to get reports on how it sounds. Nice to have the intelligibility. I know sometimes when trying to break into pileups, I will set it for narrow bandwidth, transmit bandwidth, or at least medium. And that does seem to help from time to time. But for just, general rag chew, it's nice to have a good sounding radio. Okay, Jim, well, thank you very much. Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. This is Kilo Charlie 4, Sierra Mike.
Roger, Sierra Mike. And, the wider band pass will help you in a pileup, because the ultimate the ultimate situation is you want to be not only heard, but understood. So the more articulation you have in your audio, the better off you're going to be as far as people being able to perceive exactly what you're saying. So with that wider bandpass, you have more top end for intelligibility to penetrate. Roger?
QSL, Jim. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I guess there's different schools of thought on that. Some people, over the years, I've just heard people saying, you try to punch through a pileup and you want to switch over to narrow bandwidth. So I've done that on occasion. It seems to help sometimes, or maybe it's just random luck. I don't know. But this looks pretty good here. I've been watching your signal on my pan adapter display. I do have a pan adapter connected to the radio here, so looking at your signal, I see a lot of audio right down to 100 hertz. Not a lot on the top end, although maybe I've got this in the wrong place. But go ahead and try it one more time for me, please.
Roger. You might check out to be sure that you're not running any filtering in your receive mode, because that would, obviously take the top end off. But we should be out there at 29 to 3, somewhere in there. Roger.
QSL, Jim. Yeah, the filter's at 3,400 cycles. So, your signal looks great on the pan adapter. Definitely looks good and sounds excellent.
Roger. And sometimes it is a matter of, trying to think what it is, like a Aphex oral exciter. What that does is cue up top-end EQ, but it's not necessarily strength. It's just a compressed abundance of top end that really helps in the perception of the words. And so I am kind of doing that. Roger. Okay.
Well, thanks again for the information, Jim. I'll let you get back to it. I'm sure you got a bunch of people that want to jump in. Thank you again. Kilo Charlie 4, Sugar Mike.
Roger, Steve, 73 that way, sir. Thanks for dropping by. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. In between time and then, if you would like to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 1/22/21, that will take you directly to this recording, and so you can hear your radio and how it sounds like. And we do have a spectrum analyzer on the set, and that is tied to our receiver and also tied to my audio. And so you can see the whole thing there and see exactly what you're doing audio-wise. So 73, Steve, and catch you later. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.